Good morning, guys. Welcome to your spelling test for this week. And I'm assuming that if you came to take your spelling test that you're ready to go, that your spelling paper is ready to go. So if it's not, go ahead and get your spelling paper ready to go and then come back to take your test. All right, you can pause it now, go do that, and then come back. For those of you that are ready, remember that when I say the number, if you're not ready to go on to that one, just press the pause button, okay? So let's start with number one. Number one, pennies. Pennies. I have 16 pennies, and that's not going to buy me very much. Pennies. Number two, ponies. Ponies. The girls were riding Shetland ponies. Ponies. A pony is not a baby horse. A pony is a smaller version of a horse. Number three, heavier. Heavier. So this goes along with our comparative and superlative adjectives that we've been working on this week. Heavier is a comparative adjective. I'm comparing two things. A car is heavy, but a building is heavier, right? Okay. Heavier. Number four is puppies. Puppies. I have two puppies, and their names are Sadie and Hope. I guess they're not really puppies anymore because now they're two. Number five is parties. Parties. When we are finished with this quarantine, I bet we're all going to parties at each other's houses. Parties. I know I want to have one at my house. Number six, babies. Babies. If you worked in the hospital, in the labor and delivery area, you would be around a lot of babies. Babies. There'd be a lot of crying, a lot of bad smells, a lot of cute though. Number seven, happiest. Happiest. So again, this is the comparative adjective, and happiest is the superlative version of happy. Happy, happier, happiest. So happiest compares three or more things. Number eight, cities. Cities. There are many small cities around Washington, D.C. Cities. In Northern Virginia, we have Arlington and McLean and Vienna and Falls Church and Great Falls and Sterling and Alexandria. I hope I hit yours in there. Number eight was cities. Number nine is carried. Carried. In your spelling activity, the man carried 4 babies all at once. It's got to be hard. Carried. Wonder if he had one of them on his head, one on each shoulder, one on his back, maybe. Number 10, stories. Stories. In Washington, D.C., I think buildings can be no more than 13 stories high. That's the same as floors. Stories. You can say a building has this many stories or this many floors. It's the same thing. The reason for that, by the way, is that nothing in Washington, D.C. can be taller than the United States Capitol building. Let me go through numbers 1 through 10 real quick. Number 1 was pennies. Number 2, ponies. Number 3, heavier. Number 4, puppies. Number 5, parties. Number 6, babies. Number 7, happiest. Number 8, cities. Number 9, carried. Number 10, stories. Number 11, crazier. Crazier. I'm not sure who's crazier, me or Mr. Joseph. We'll say Mr. Joseph. Probably it's me. Crazier. I'm probably crazier than Mr. Joseph. Definitely a better teacher than Mr. Joseph, right? Crazier is a superlative. Nope, it's a comparative adjective. Crazy, crazier, craziest. It's a comparative, comparing two things. Me and Mr. Joseph. Number 12, cried. Cried. You probably cried when you realized that you weren't going to see me every day anymore. Cried. Number 13. Remember, if I'm going too fast, pause it when I say the number. Number 13, fried. Fried. I love fried chicken. Fried. Number 14, laziest. Laziest. I will say Darren is lazy, but Max is lazier, and Joseph is the laziest. Just picking random names. Darren is lazy, Max is lazier than Darren, and Joseph is the laziest of them all. So you see laziest is using the superlative of lazy. Number 14 is laziest. Number 15 is hurried. Hurried. I hurried to the mall when it was Christmas Eve so I could gather all my presents. Hurried. Hurried. Number 16, tried. Tried. I tried to do some pull-ups, but I couldn't. Can you? Are you strong enough to do pull-ups? Tried. Number 17, flies. Flies. A lot of times when I'm outside on the porch, an airplane flies overhead, and if I'm making a video, that's kind of annoying. Flies. You see, flies can be used as a verb in that situation. But if I talk about all the flies that are going to come in the summertime and buzz around us, then we're using it as a noun. That's why we say different words have different jobs depending on their sentence. Number 18 is spied. Spied. I spied a little bird in the nest out on my porch. Spied. In that situation, it kind of just means like secretly saw. Number 19, replied. Replied. Miss Corrick sent me an email and I replied to her. Replied. Number 20, daisies. Daisies. Daisies are white flowers with a lot of petals, and they're known to be the flower that people will pick and say, he loves me not. He loves me not. And whatever the last petal is, tells you whether or not a boy or a girl loves you or loves you not. It's not real, but something people do. That's daisies. That's the kind of flower, daisies. All right, so now I'm going to go over 11 through 20. Here we go. Crazier is number 11. Number 12, cried. Number 13, fried. Number 14, laziest. Number 15, hurried. Number 16, I know you're on here, 16, where are you? Tried. Number 17, flies. Number 18, spied. Number 19, replied. And number 20, daisies. All right, here go your bonus words. Ready? First bonus word, which is number 21, is boundaries. Boundaries. There are boundaries around a field, like a soccer field, and if you cross the line, you are out of the boundaries. Boundaries. Number 22. If you're not ready to move on, pause the video. Number 22 is countries. Countries. There are many countries in the world. I think Europe has a lot of countries. They're all very small countries. Canada, United States, and Mexico are pretty big countries. Russia, really big country. China's a big country. Countries. Number 24, libraries. Libraries. I wonder if you caught the fact that I didn't write the word libraries correctly in your little story. I wrote libraries. Libraries. That was not 24, that was 23. Sorry. I know some of you were probably like, Miss Gillis, that was 23. 24, cheesiest. Cheesiest. That's got to be one of my favorite superlative adjectives because I love me some cheese. So if I have a grilled cheese sandwich, I want it to be the cheesiest it can be. Cheesiest. And 25 is academies. Academies. Academies are like schools. It's just kind of a different word for a school. Academies. Okay, I'll read the bonus words back to you. 21 is boundaries. 22 is countries. 23 is libraries. 24 is cheesiest. And 25 is academies. So you can either have your parents correct that for you, or you can send it to me, and I'm going to be putting points on your assignment. This is really the first time I've done this. So I'm going to be putting points on your assignment depending on how well you do. But I need to see your spelling test in order to do that. So please send me a picture through email or through Parent Square or through Teams. Okay, any of those ways. I need to see your spelling test. If I don't see your spelling test, then I have to give you 0 points. Okay, and then that's going to go in my grade book. So this is kind of the first time that we've really done this since we've been on Teams. All right. All right. Bye, guys.